That'd be the worst. Hey, let me get some big toe soup or some bicep tacos. That's the worst. I'm just
You would be fucked up is you got a girl with big tits, and then all of a sudden they cook her and be like, "Oh, they implants, motherfucker." We're just gonna start this shit live.
The only time I caught the Holy Ghost was when I was in church drinking.
Like they're two dumb dudes. Welcome to the latest episode of Sarath and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast. Whew, man. Well, bruh, we're nearing the end of the series.
Yes, indeed. I'm actually.
It's second to last episode.
I want to see how this is going to end,
bro. I mean, for those following along, welcome to Sarath and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast, Side B.
Cheers.
And we are moving along on The Last of Us. What is this? Episode 8?
I believe so. If it ain't 8 or 7.
I think it's 8, maybe 8. All I know is it's right before the finale. I saw a thing pop up saying it's almost the end, and I'm excited because I really want to see what's happening on the next episode. But at the same time, I'm like, it's kind of I don't want to see it end just yet.
Nah, I feel like it needs to have at least like 2 more episodes, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, but I mean, there was a turn, like kind of I don't want to say a turn. Okay, there was a bunch of like wrenches thrown into not necessarily the story itself, but what I would call cliched moments in most movies.
Okay.
I mean, so right now, we got Ellie and Joel. Ellie has decided, she's gonna do everything she can to try to save Joel. So she's out here in the wilderness. I don't know. They're not in Wyoming anymore. Maybe they're still in Wyoming, right?
I thought they was in Seattle.
Are they? I don't know where they're at.
No. Wait a minute. Okay, now I'm tripping because I feel like in my brain something about Colorado, but Colorado is nowhere near Wyoming. Am I right?
Maybe. I think it's I actually think it's right next door. I'll be honest with you. I don't know.
Okay. Now, I ain't done geography since like the 8th grade, but I feel like Washington is in the top corner.
Yep, it's up in the upper left.
And I think right under that is
Oregon.
Okay, there you go. Then it's California. So then next to those is Idaho. Am I right?
Yeah.
So then you know what? It might be Colorado. It's either because Wyoming is right there, and then I think Colorado's right under it.
Well, no, because it's Idaho, and then Montana is right next to that. Then I want to say like Colorado and Wyoming. I just know Wyoming is like a perfect square.
Oh yeah.
The shape of it. Anyways, it's winter, and like Ellie is at this point right now where she's the person who's got to take the reins going on because she's got Joel, almost succumbing to his injuries and shit like that, and he's just pretty much like frozen on the ground waiting for her.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never been in the position where I had to take care of someone who's holding on for dear life like that. You might have in the army. I don't know what goes through your mind when, your not necessarily your only thought, but like your most important thought right now is keeping the other person with you alive.
I mean, well, if we backtrack for a minute to the episode before this one, she's had a life of losing people that she's cared about. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if you don't want to feel that again, then you're gonna do everything you can so you don't feel that again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess you do whatever's necessary. Like I can't say that I've ever experienced that. Like watching somebody I actually really, really cared about, whatever, dying in front of me.
Yeah, I've never had that. I've never had that issue before, and I don't want to have that issue.
No, I can just imagine it would suck. Like you see them dying in front of you, like they're dying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, but this episode, like this, it started off. It didn't even start off with it. It started on a whole other group of people, right? Am I right?
Yes, it started with the clan, the church members.
They're more of like a cult, not a clan.
Yeah, the cult. Yeah, I know what to call it, but yeah,
what's crazy is
that shit right there.
It was great because like I think they were trying to figure out like how to divvy up like food and shit like that, or was the dude making the like announcement to the people when they were trying to like serve dinner?
No, I think it starts off with him reading the scripture and the girl's crying.
Yeah.
Because she wants to bury her dad, and he's like, it's too cold. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I guess they're sharing their supper, whatever the case may be. And
I mean,
yeah,
they're rationing stuff out because like they say, if we ration things out right, we might have like a week's worth of supplies left.
yeah.
How I mean, imagine if you're that young girl, your dad's dead, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing that's gonna bring you comfort is giving him a proper burial, and they're like,
Mm.
yo, it's just too cold out.
Yes,
I have
the
to,
ground's too cold to dig.
yeah. I mean, was it too cold, or did they have ulterior motives?
Look, well, okay, well, I guess so. You're from Massachusetts, just like I am, and I don't know if you remember playing football and stuff before school or at lunchtime.
Yep.
And it gets real cold up there.
Mm-hmm.
That ground feels like fucking brick.
Bro, it's like especially if you fall, it's like sandpaper.
Yes,
Sandpaper just slicing your arm up and shit like that.
for real.
But no, but I mean, like there was other reasons for not burying her dad, which we'll get into. But
Mhm.
like, you know, it felt like I guess for lack of a better term, preacher guy.
Yeah,
He's pretty much like it looks like he's been given the task of watching over, you know, this group
Pe-
of people over here that's just relying on him to survive through this harsh times. You know what it reminds me of?
so-
Back in like the Oregon Trail and like those old pioneer times where like people are going to the west. There's
mhm.
like a group of people, and you gotta just do whatever you can to survive.
Yep.
There's a specific family. Damn, I don't know the name, but like this is a specific story about like a family or a group of people who were traveling out west, and like they hit a harsh winter, and
Mhm.
they had to resort to like suspect means in order to stay alive. And I
Okay.
feel like this episode was kind of modeled after that. I don't
Okay.
know the name of them. It's something expedition. The something
It was
expedition.
it was a show.
No, no, no. It's an actual real life like thing.
Okay,
I'm gonna I'm gonna figure it out one of these days. But it's the something
motherfucker.
expedition. Look at it. Look at it. Oh, we got knees. We got knees.
That's what I give a fucking with it. 'Cause I was trying to play with it. Oh man, he said we got knees. Everybody got knees. God damn it, shit.
Chris is like
Oh,
he been bear crawling all the way home from work.
shit. I had the bear call the local run this morning.
Shit.
Oh man.
But no, like I mean, so in this instance, you have a whole group of people who's just relying on one guy to make the decisions that are going to help keep them alive. Like,
Mhm.
would you want that type of responsibility on you?
No, no. Who wants that? I don't think anybody wants that.
It's like working in government. It
Yeah.
essentially is like we're tasking you with making the right decisions for our
Hmm.
livelihood. Now, I can understand the idea of someone being thrusted into that position
Hmm.
because someone who looks like they got their shit together, someone who looks like they make good decisions. I'm like, all right, let's just follow this dude's lead.
Yeah.
This guy looks like someone who's like to me is like a politician, someone who wants that job, who says, I have the smarts to lead you. And I find that very, very suspect when someone wants the job of leading people.
You know how fucking I don't even know want to call it petty or whatever case I am. Because when I first saw the dude, I don't even know what this means. I really don't. But my thought was something about this dude shady. His teeth are fucked up. I don't know.
Hey
I don't
man,
know.
like
I don't know what that means. They just
been
like
20 years since they had dentists. This dude can have fucked up teeth, bro. I'm surprised most of their teeth aren't more fucked up.
I know, right? Shit. It's just crazy.
Man, there's some countries out there where people in 2023 and they all have fucked up teeth. I'm not going to point out names of these countries. Just know that it's brought up a lot in television.
We need to name countries. We can name fucking different states.
Neighborhoods.
For real. Oh
But yeah,
man.
but I mean, Ellie goes out. She sees the rifle and she goes out hunting.
Hmm.
And in the midst of hunting, she runs into you all right?
That's not my eye.
Holy Ghost taking over.
Not yet. I ain't trying to compete with nobody. I'm not trying to be closer to Jesus, closer to somebody else.
So she goes out hunting and like she runs into this group of people and uh basically she shoots a deer,
Hmm.
and now they're trying to steal it. And when she comes up on them, we start to see like the relationship that they're building with each other. This shady looking preacher dude,
Yeah.
uh, is he's sounds like he's just trying to keep it, casual or
Hmm.
Do you trust someone you just run into in the woods like that in that time?
No, of course not. Knowing that, if I was in Ellie's position, knowing everything just went through to get to where they got to go, um, knowing they just ran into some people that weren't infected that tried to kill them.
Yeah.
No, you definitely don't trust them. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
But
I don't blame her at all for keeping that rifle up.
mhm. I mean, because like I said, they just ran into people that weren't infected that tried to kill them. So
Yeah.
who are these other people? You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. But I mean, but the preacher dude, he said all the right things. He's like, "Yo, I ain't here to or hurt you or whatever. We're from a town with a group of people.
Hmm.
We have everything that we might be able to help you out." And she asked if they got medicine, which is the
Yeah.
right call.
Hmm.
And she made that G choice. She said, if you go back and give me some medicine, we can split this deer. You
Yep.
know, which is to me, that's how a civilized society works in that time.
Well, yeah, I guess in that time, yeah. I was gonna say, but of course, you start to learn that people got hidden agendas.
Mm. Well, we learned that fucking the four dudes that try to run up on Ellie and Joel back in that town in Wyoming
Hmm.
was part of this group.
Yep.
You know, I mean, now that I think about it, like it's obvious, like you know, because the only thing that throws it off is it doesn't really give the idea of like how far away they got, but
Hmm.
the fact that you got a group of people who aren't infected and who they ran into here, and then you run into this new group, there's a highly likely chance that they all know each other.
Yeah, definitely. And
You
that's
know,
and that's what I'm saying. Like if you just got attacked by a group of people that weren't infected, and then you see some other people that's not affected, it's like, and they got rifles too. Come on now.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, he
So,
told dude that he had the pistol on Ellie. He's like, "Yo,
mhm.
put that down, give her the
See, I kind of want to skip around because
go for it, fuck it."
not.
If you're listening to this right now, you probably already watched the episode, so let's go.
I mean, because the fucking pervert was trying to fuck her.
Yeah. I didn't know that was gonna happen. I thought he was actually, I thought he was a straight up dude. Like, not
Yeah.
like, he's a caring guy who's just trying to keep everything together.
Mhm.
So this motherfucker got ulterior motives up the asshole.
Yeah, for real.
And
Fucking
he's
preachers. This is preachers. God damn it! I'm gonna say all you fucks, and I'm gonna call you fucks to your fucking face. All right. I'm angry. I grew up in church. Just saying. All right. I believe in God, but most of y'all are fucks. All right.
uh,
I'm gonna leave it just like that.
yeah. I mean,
I'm
he
sorry.
was
I had a moment. I had a moment.
yeah, see the whole maybe that Holy Ghost just walked out and I was like, oh, this motherfucker talking the wrong shit.
Oh man. Like,
He ain't that ain't the Holy Ghost. This man's possessed.
get the oil, get the water. Shit. Give me a shot of whiskey. I'll be fine.
Uh, but I mean, yeah, like here's the thing, like if I'm looking at it through modern eyes in 2023, a
Mhm.
pastor or a preacher like that that's a shitty person. You don't want to be
Oh,
associated with that.
definitely, definitely.
In that scenario where it's the apocalypse and all this shit's
Hmm.
going down, and like, you're just looking to survive and doing whatever you can, like there's a highly likely chance that it's not just him. There's a lot of other guys out there like that who
Mm.
will see a young girl and be like, all right, that's dinner time,
Yeah.
you
I
know?
mean, matter of fact, I know. Well, we're doing a series right now, but movie we watched a while back, News of the World.
Yeah.
And you remember they was trying to take the little girl from Tom Hanks,
Yeah.
and back in that time, it's like I ain't gonna say what can you do, but shit, that shit is just it's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, so here's the thing, like, I know looking at it from ourselves, like it's like you see a 14-year-old girl and it's like, oh man, like that's a child. And it is a child. You don't mess with that. But back in that time, like, people lived to like 35 years old.
Mm,
14-year-old is the equivalent of like a 35, 40-year-old woman in that time.
mm.
People were already getting married and starting kids back then. So,
Yeah, true.
you know, I don't know. But yeah, like Ellie gets the medicine and like you never you don't really understand if it's really helping Joel
Mm,
because she's she's giving him medicine, but she doesn't really know if it's working. All
okay.
I thought was, man, that's a rancid ass needle.
Look, I
Washing
mean,
that shit is
look,
nothing.
I thought about that too, and because I mean, obviously, we talked, and I had a whole situation a couple months back, whatever, and I'm
Yeah,
just like, yo, she didn't even try to clean that shit. She just keeps using the same one sticking in there. And then I thought about if I was in that position, would I care?
yeah,
You know?
yeah, yeah. It's like I'm gonna save him from this infection. I'll worry about the gangrene later.
Yeah, pretty much.
But it's I was just watching like, ugh, that shit is that's disgusting.
Look, I mean, just imagine that's you laying there, and then you wake up and realize she used the same needle 6 times. You're like, well, thanks for saving me, but yeah.
Bro,
Like there was no water nowhere. You didn't like go outside in the snow and rinse it off a little bit. Something
yeah, go leave it outside. But yeah, you leave it out 10 minutes in the snow, that sterilizes it.
for real. Something shit.
I thought it was funny that like not funny, but like she was giving the medicine, then she would just put the needle down on the side of him.
Hmm.
Ain't dirty as hell.
Man, yeah.
Oh. But then yeah, we follow the group back to their town.
Hmm.
They come with the deer, and it looks like it was weird. So they're having this dinner part where this is when the girl gets smacked, right?
Hmm.
When she
Yes.
steps out of line, she says something and she acts emotionally.
No, because they said they found. I think they said they found the people that killed her dad.
Yep. And she wanted them to kill him.
Hmm.
Or they wanted to kill the people that killed her dad. And
Yeah.
he walked over just right across the face.
He said powder.
Yep.
You know,
He said,
and
you always got a daddy.
I,
Which when he said that, I was just like, oh shit. Okay.
I was like, this is a change of events. I didn't see this coming.
Yeah. Because I was like, when he initially smacked her, I was like, oh, he's like, hey, to me, he was saying, don't let the devil take over. You got to control yourself. But in
Shit.
reality, he was saying, like, you my woman, essentially.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's
Man.
the worst. Oh man.
Oh, but
But
like,
yeah.
yeah. So we find out like, okay, they got the deer, but now they're like, because Ellie just took off without even worrying about the deer once she got the medicine. But
Hmm.
like, now we got a whole like what do we call it, a militia coming out there to try to get them.
Pretty much.
I mean,
And, and I think they want to kill Joe, but they don't want to kill Ellie. Am I right?
well, no, he didn't want the dude didn't want them killing Ellie. So
Yeah,
remember,
but
she was
he
trying to get,
wanted to.
yeah, she was trying to split up with Joel. She said, hey, she gave him that knife. She said, hey, if someone
Yeah,
come in here, you fucking kill him.
yeah.
But she didn't even know if he was like okay or not. She was just trusting in it.
She said, "I'm gonna try to lead him away." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Which
Hold on, wait. Okay, go ahead.
I don't know who the stunt woman was, but the way they took out that horse,
Look, okay, I'm trying to find out why was a horse parked in the garage.
some people don't know that they're there.
I know, but I was just like, damn. Imagine if that was how we traveled. Hey, you got a 2-car garage, you got 4 horses in there. And not horsepower, 4 horses. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, she looked to open the fucking the garage door. Was that garage door electric?
I wanted to say it was.
I want to say it went up like electric. I was like,
Yeah.
they ain't got no power anywhere else, but this electric fucking garage door opener still works.
Or shit. No one. I think it was electric. It went up
Yeah,
too easy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But no, I mean, like, okay. So if you're this militia, like,
Mm,
what do you do? Because you don't know what happened when these 4 guys went out, other than what you're told by the guys that got their asses whooped. So
yeah.
you find out that the dudes that killed one of your members is down the street.
You're going to get them. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
I don't blame them for feeling the way they do, right?
No, I mean, not do I, but once you realize what they're doing, I mean, like I said, we jumping around, they're feeding each other. You know what I'm saying? Which is fucked up.
Cannibals.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And so
And that's
they
what I was
probably
talking about that expedition. It was the same thing. They all got caught in like the Rockies or something like that, and they resorted to having to eat each other,
mm,
stay alive. And that's why I felt like this episode was actually modeled after that. Because
okay,
it's essentially what this group was. But
gotcha.
so after you realize that they're killing people and
Hmm.
eating them, right?
Hmm.
I thought back to that scene of when the girl, got smacked right before they all ate dinner because they're like,
Mhm.
"Oh, what is this?" And the guy just goes, "Venison,"
Venison. Yeah.
and they're all like, and they just all started scarfing it down.
Yeah.
I know they had just caught a deer, but was that venison?
Yeah. Seeing that because you don't find that out till later when
Yeah,
Ellie's in the cage.
yeah. So yeah, it's like you find out that they're eating humans, and like, at this moment, it starts taking a real like divisive turn. Like, I don't know, could you eat a human in that scenario? I'd love to say no.
That's what I'm saying. But if I don't know and it's fried up pretty nicely, I don't know.
That shit wasn't fried. That shit was like meatballs and like
Yeah.
spaghetti sauce.
Like you said, I'd like to say no, but if I don't know and I'm in that situation,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right. If
I
you if
I
you had,
don't know.
listen, if you had your pick of the body parts, what you going after?
It is. oh, oh God, no. Honestly,
Yeah.
I feel like the thigh are probably the best part
Why? I feel like the thigh is like lean, lean.
because it's well, in my opinion, I don't know this for
Mhm.
sure. I think that's where you find the most meat less fat on a person, even if they are fat, but because your legs got to carry you all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I can see
So
that.
I feel like that you find the most meat in that part of the body.
I can see that. I'm going for that booty, booty, butt,
that
booty, butt, booty, butt.
was my first thought. Like maybe the butt cheeks. But I was like, no, that'd be like that's like more fat. You know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
you don't know. They do a lot of ups and downs, squats, walking up hills. That shit might be nice and like, just moist, tender, slow
Nah.
roast that motherfucker on a rotisserie.
What you gonna put a,
Yeah. Put a spit.
but it's, yeah,
All
and
you
put
see is
a.
two ass cheeks next to each other, just spitting.
Oh my god!
Hey,
Talk about
base that crack. Base that crack. We
you
good.
talking
We
about
good.
like pork butt shit. Oh god, no, nah. Yeah, I don't know if I can do that.
Uh,
Yeah,
why? You wouldn't
I'll stick.
know.
I'll stick with.
You
I'll stick with the thigh.
you
If
wouldn't
not
know.
the
You'd be like, oh, this is filet mignon. Like, yeah,
shit.
yes.
Mm. This is just terrible. This is the bad conversation.
Imagine if like that happened, and people like find like the parts they like, the parts they don't like. I don't know. You can have the toes. Just give me the thighs and the biceps. I'll take that. You guys can keep the toes and the elbows. You know.
That'd be the worst. I mean, hey, let me get some big toe soup or some bicep tacos. That's the worst. I'm just
You would be fucked up is you got a girl with big tits, and then all of a sudden they cook her and be like, "Oh, they implants, motherfucker."
oh man,
Oh,
the meat is ruined. Uh,
hey, don't slice the bag. Don't slice the. Oh, you got silicone everywhere, man.
for real, we can't clean this shit. Have to do. What is wrong with us? Oh god, I was gonna see I do that painting game. We gotta go outside and grill them an open flame. Oh god.
uh,
Okay.
but
Yeah. So
no,
you
like,
want the butt cheeks, I want the thigh. We'll go from there. Keep
yeah,
going.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We divvy it up nice.
All right.
All right, but like, all right. So I don't know. It's hard. I don't know how I would react in a situation where it's crazy winter and we're stuck in this town, and like we have no supplies, nothing. Like, I don't know what I would do. So
Mm-hmm.
for me, it's hard. I would say it's gross, and I said I'd never do it, but it's hard to judge people who are in that scenario. You know.
It's especially if they don't know. That's the key factor. If they don't know.
Yeah. All right. So here's my favorite aspect of this episode, which I thought was fucking dope because I really thought when Ellie got captured,
Mm-hmm.
and then you saw that Joel was up on his feet, and then he, killed dude.
Yeah.
It's like in my head, I was like, okay, Joel's coming. He's gonna make that. He's gonna be that last second hero. He's gonna come. He's gonna save Ellie, and ride off into the sunset.
Yeah.
And that didn't happen.
No.
Ellie actually had to get out.
Look, I gotta give to Ellie this episode because she was a fighter this time.
Yeah,
I mean,
survival
she's always
instincts took over.
she's always been a fighter, but I mean, like, it showed this time in this
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah, she's not just because every episode that we've been in, she's been like this kind of a rabid animal, like
Mm,
Wolverine.
yeah,
But in this episode, you saw like, no, she's actually got like tactics on her. She's smart.
yeah,
She knows how to apply, her knowledge to a situation.
yeah.
Because who else would, I mean, when she bargained for the medicine, like
Mm,
to me, that shows that like her her health and her life wasn't as important as Joel's
mm,
that moment because she just caught a big ass fucking deer.
yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
in that moment, she realized like there's someone over there who needs me, who needs saving, and that's
Yeah,
more important than you know some food right now because she was
yeah.
just eating like scraps.
Mm-hmm.
All she had left.
And then she left him the little piece of scrap while she went on hunting.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, man.
but
The dude that was he was like the right hand man of the preacher.
yeah. I think James, or was
Yeah,
it David?
and
The
I think
names
it
were
was
James and David, but I don't know which one was which.
James, but like he actually plays like he's the voice of Joel in the game.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you know all this shit?
I mean, I played the game before, but I once I see the episode, then I look some stuff up after.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I don't know.
Interesting.
I think it's dope that not only are they, making this TV show based on the game, but they're actually taking people and things from the game and
Hmm.
bringing it into it, or having
Yeah.
these people who played a part in making this game so great. Like, hey,
Mm.
let's take you over here and do something with you too.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Did you think Ellie was gonna succumb to the preacher's advances when he was trying to, you know, woo her while she was in the cage?
No, I didn't think that. I mean, that's when you start to realize how creepy that the preacher is because he's trying to convince her that she's like him and puts his hand on her hand,
Yeah.
and then she plays along, puts her hand on his hand and breaks his finger. I was like,
Mhm.
oh shit,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, he told her, he goes, I see violence in your heart. And I know because I have violence in my heart. When he
Mm.
said that, I was like, man, this is like he's really like just I don't want to say laying it on thick,
I
but
was gonna say laying on thick. That's what I was about to say.
I feel like he's very like what's the word? He's accepted that he's a monster,
Mm.
you know?
Okay.
That's creepy. When you find someone who knows that they're doing some crazy shit and
Hmm.
accepting of it, they're like, this is what I do, this is what I gotta do.
Yeah.
I ain't trusting a motherfucker like that. You ever
Nah.
run into somebody like that where you're like, oh, like you're a suspect gentleman or person
Yeah.
and you accept it.
Mm. Hold on. That's you know what? I feel like I read something back in the day where it's accepting both sides of yourself. Because I'm
Yeah.
gonna get it wrong, I know I am, but it has something to do with the good and evil parts of human beings, who we are. Like we all have them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I guess what helps you live with it is when you accept it. Like, you just are who you are, whether you're a good heart person or a bad hearted person. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but there's one it's one thing to accept who you are, the good and the bad parts.
Hmm.
It's another thing to accept them and still indulge in them when you
But
know they're bad.
well, see that's what I'm saying. Okay, okay. I guess what I'm trying to get at is I'll use myself as an example. I know I have an anger side. No, I ain't gonna say anger.
No, you
I
you
got a
don't
very
have an angry.
I
Come
got
on.
I got I got a very, very aggressive side. I put it to you like that. And once I actually
Y'all should see him attack like pork chops. That's when the anger pops out.
no, so you try to steal my pork chop, then we got a problem. You know what I'm saying? But once I actually understood and accepted me, like Chris,
Yeah.
this is just parts of you. Like control it, do better, whatever. Once I accepted it, it was easier. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you're
Versus
not
me trying to fight against it.
yeah, but you're also not trying to indulge in it. Like he's willingly indulging in it.
Yeah, because
You know?
he accepted that part of him and started to feed that side of him more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Whereas in your
saying?
case, it's like, okay, I understand that this is the kind of person I am. I'm gonna suppress it
Do,
and try to
do,
stray away from it.
yeah, yeah, pretty
But
much.
you
Like,
understand that, like, because you understand that, like, it can get to that point. So
yeah,
you try to curb that.
yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
You're like a vegetarian Dracula.
I mean, beats.
I don't know. What would a vegetarian imagine if you were a vampire but vegetarian? Like, what would you drink?
That that's that's why I said beats. Only thing that's fucking red.
Yeah, but I don't think it's needs to be red.
Wait, this
Coconut.
doesn't even make any sense. A vegetarian Dracula.
Yeah, if you're a vampire but you're a vegetarian, what would you eat? Because coconut water is close to like the makeup of coconut water is close to plasma. So that's why they say sometimes if you're losing blood, you can make an IV out of your coconuts, and it actually helps.
Who the fuck has coconuts?
Uh, tropical people.
Then they're the ones gonna survive.
No, I'm just saying if you can get like if you're out in the jungle, you're out there hunting predator or some shit like that, or if you film in Tropic Thunder 10 and you get stabbed, you can
Okay. Oh, okay.
you can be
Okay. You
like,
know, this conversation got really, really just fucked up. First, okay. So if coconuts can do that, and I don't know, I'm not gonna say what.
not if they can, they can. It's scientifically
But this is
proven.
what I'm saying. Where do coconuts exist? Where do they grow?
It don't matter. I can go to Publix and get a coconut right now.
You got to get the coconut, the needle. How many coconuts do you need?
Bro, I will make a needle out of
You, you,
an air pump. Yeah,
you're
look,
well, you're a seamstress, or is that the word? Is it the proper
I'm a
word?
costume designer, bro. Don't don't don't
That's,
don't don't
that's
don't, don't be trying to use this vulgar language around me, bro. all I'm
oh
all
god.
I'm saying is like I don't know, but like yeah, I'm trying to figure out what would a vegetarian like.
No, I mean, what, fucking dirt. That's
No,
sucking on fucking sunflower stems.
I don't know. Sugar cane? I don't know. I don't know.
Has to be something they can get to on a regular basis.
I don't know.
I'm
I'm gonna
just
do some
think,
research on that.
I'm just thinking like a vegetarian Dracula. They gotta have something that they can have on a regular, like what, grass.
Maybe animal blood.
That's not vegetarian.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're a drag, first of all, you're a vampire. You're drinking blood. So like the name like vegetarian is probably less about blood and more about where the source is.
If it's coming from an animal, then it's a
Yeah, but okay, but people don't like vampires because they attack humans. So
you, you,
if you're not eating human blood, and maybe that's the closest thing to vegetarian.
you ever seen the original Interview with a Vampire with Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt?
Yeah, a long time ago. Yeah,
Yeah, because it's an old ass movie, and he
Mhm.
didn't want to kill people, so he's eating animal blood.
Yeah, he's a vegetarian.
That's what what is,
Hey, hold on. First of all, ain't you the one on the other episode of the podcast where you were talking about, what is it, vegetarian?
I
Meat
know where you're going
vegetarian?
with this. I know where you're going with this.
Yeah, Kyle's a vegetarian. Because
They
if
are,
you, yeah, see, look at that. I'm just using Chris Brown logic.
but you keep. I didn't say all animals are vegetarian. I said cows are vegetarian. That's it. That's what I said.
You said that like saying that's it is gonna make that fucking the statement any better.
I'd rather eat a cow than fucking grass.
Eh,
Just saying.
I would too.
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying.
chickens and geese and fucking whatever else is up there. Yeah,
All right,
nah.
all right.
Yeah, we just went way left for this
Yeah,
one.
yeah. But no, I mean, because at this point of the show, like Ellie's fighting back and she's doing whatever she can to get out of the cage.
Mhm.
I mean, she grabbed like I thought they really were gonna do something because they grabbed her, they put her on the table, they was ready to chop her up and
That's what I thought. Yeah,
yeah,
but then she used her defense mechanism, saying she was infected,
yeah.
which I thought was dope. I look when she sliced dude with the cleaver,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yo,
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking. I'm not talking the preachers. I'm talking about the sidekick.
She hit him, and
Mm-hmm.
he just hit the wall. He will hit the wall and just slid down. He's just like,
That's
could
what
you
survival.
imagine that?
That's what survival for your ass right there, man.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. She's using everything she can, and that's her trump card
Yeah.
is faking out people who might want to hurt her, saying, "Hey, she's fucking
Yep.
infected." Meanwhile, Joel's over here playing fucking Metal Gear Solid and
Hell
sneaking
yeah.
up on everybody.
But that actually made me feel good
That he was recovering.
that he got up and he actually was like, I mean, I didn't think he was gonna die, but actually got up and like started making it happen because he knew he was weak. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And she actually gave him a good knife. I prefer knives with guns. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
And he was doing damage.
All right. So here's a question I have. So when the group caught Ellie, the preacher took Ellie. Two guys
Hmm.
went looking for Joel, and the
Hmm.
other two guys had to carry a damn horse back to the town.
Holy shit!
They dragged an entire horse. You know how long that had to take? It's a horse, a
Yeah,
dead horse.
yeah. Holy
I
shit!
mean, the only reason I thought of that was because Joel, when he got to the town, he was following like the blood
Okay, yeah.
trail of blood. But I mean, you gotta. They said when Ellie first caught the deer, they said, "Hey, it's a 4 mile trip back and forth to here." So that means it's at least 2 miles from where she met them. So it's probably
Mm,
maybe 2.5 miles to where Joel was. That's a long way to be dragging a damn horse.
hell yeah. And the horse, the shit, the fuckers weigh a couple thousand pounds.
At least like half, at least a ton and a half. I don't know exactly how much a horse would weigh. But, I
I
mean,
feel, I
it's
feel
hard
good.
enough dragging a sled, something that slides good.
True.
Now you're trying to drag a horse with nothing, like we ain't tied with nothing.
Solid muscle.
Hmm. You grabbing two legs and just
You got to really be hungry to get that horse back to the kitchen.
hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. What do you think? Okay, so
Hmm.
what do you think of Ellie's final kill in this episode?
It was brutal.
Yeah,
It was deserving.
very.
Um, like you, I thought Joe was gonna come in and save the day,
Yeah.
but this is all Ellie's episode, in my opinion.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, it showed it to me. It showed that like when the chips are down, she can handle hers,
mm,
which I thought was good because like you always get that. I didn't want her to be as damsel in distress,
mhm.
you
Well,
know.
I don't think she's ever been played to be that way.
But I was afraid it might go that direction when she got caught,
Oh, gotcha.
you know. But the fact that she was able to just hold her own and fend off some people,
Hmm.
it was like dope because when that like seeing that makes me go, I don't know if both are gonna survive
Mm.
because each one can handle their own. So now if I'm watching the show as a fan, I'm like, I'm not worried if one dies, the other one isn't gonna survive. So now I'm like,
Mm.
shit. Now it's really on the table if someone might get taken out.
Yeah, but that's that whole survival thing. When your skills kick in, then you don't know what you're gonna do. Honestly,
What do you think is the most important survival tactic that a child or a kid should learn? Other than fucking like martial arts or whatever.
no. When you say a kid, what age group are you talking about?
Uh Early teen, like yeah, preteen to early teen, 10 to 13 years old.
I always say
Like
keep
not
it.
like okay, other than like having to fend off like attackers.
Mhm.
But if I'm out in the wilderness and I need to survive, what do you think is the most important thing that child should know how to do?
Hmm. Find shelter. Either shelter or food. That's gonna be the most important. Or nah. I was gonna say learn how to read the stars, but shit,
Yeah.
nobody does it anymore.
I think um weapon proficiency.
But what if
Meaning,
you don't have them? I mean, 'cause I feel like every kid should have it. Well, no, let's be stupid. But give them a knife.
well, I mean, like even if even if the kid doesn't have a knife or doesn't have a gun, understanding that anything can be a weapon. Like
Mm,
I can see a broomstick and understand that I can go sharpen this broomstick and it's a
true,
spear now, something like
true.
that. Because some you might get some kids that who might think if I don't have a gun or I don't have a knife, I have nothing on me.
Mm,
You know,
yeah,
and if you have a sharp stick, then you can go get food. You can
yeah.
protect yourself. All this different stuff.
Well, basically like a spear, basically.
Yeah, yeah. Javelin, spear.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, if you're in the wilderness, you can always take a piece of tree and hopefully find a rock that's
Yeah,
sharp enough that you can kind of like
yeah,
carve it down.
yeah. Or you can like try to do something where you can like attach a rock to like a rope or something that you can like swing it.
Mm,
You know,
true. Make a what's the thing
I
called?
saw that shit on your camera, bro.
With the little fly?
Yeah, it was about to land on your lip.
Nah, know what it was. Had to use
I
my
smell barbecue.
yeah, shit. It smells this alcohol.
Uh, but yeah, so I mean, with the next episode coming, I'm wondering like at this point, I don't know what's gonna happen in the next episode. I would think they find whoever who could possibly turn Ellie's blood into
A
a
cure.
cure, but it seems like they're nowhere even close to
Yeah,
scenario.
that's what it feels like. That sounds like I feel like I need at least two more episodes
Yeah,
because I feel like the next one they're not gonna make it.
yeah, because I mean, you're still worrying about Joel. He's still recovering.
Hmm.
Where the town that they needed to go to in order to try to find the other fireflies,
So
there was no one there.
yeah,
So like, where did they go now? Did they go back to the town with the brother?
if they can make it, just saying.
Yeah,
They're not healthy anymore after this episode.
yeah. I wonder how far away that town is to where they are.
Mm,
Because they got to all still be in the same state. I believe. I think they're all still in the same state.
yeah,
I don't know.
I
I don't
really
know.
think it's in Colorado. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because it said Katy. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look on a map and see where exactly Katy, Wyoming is, and where
Mm,
in retrospect that because that's where they kind of where they needed to get to in order
mm,
to get to the town, and then that's where they ran into their brother. So it's got to be somewhere close to that.
yeah,
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Do you
I'm
think
just
they
thinking.
find do you think they find the fireflies?
I mean, my gut tells me, or no, my brain tells me yes because it's a show and they want to end it on, because that's just the way TV works. End it on a good note.
Do they? Do they?
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now. I'm because I'm also watching Yellowstone.
Hmm.
And for those listening, if you're watching Yellowstone, I just finished season 3. In the last few minutes of season 3, that does not end on a good note.
Mm,
Makes you go like if I was like obviously I can go and watch season 4 now, but if I was watching that and I had to wait months for the next season, I'd be like, mm,
mm.
yeah, it's
Okay.
crazy.
I mean, well, I mean, do you know if there's gonna be another season of this?
I think so. I think I read somewhere that even after episode 1 that it got renewed for season 2.
Oh, really?
Which I think because there's also a Last of Us 2 video game, which I've
Okay.
never played that game, so I don't know.
Hmm.
But
Then, with that being said, then, well, yeah, because one thing I've learned from watching other different series
yeah,
is they'll change up a show to keep it going on. Like they might write the whole thing out in the beginning and
yeah,
have like 6, 7 episodes, but
yeah.
then once they know they can keep going, they'll go and change this up and change. I think Bella Davis was talking about that. I was watching an interview with her and Sam Jackson,
About
and
what
knowing
show?
just knowing how to improv. Like if they have a whole script in front of them
Yeah,
and they know it's supposed to be, but then at the last minute they see something different and
yeah,
they got to go and just change up at that moment. Like instead of
yeah,
us
yeah,
going this route and maybe cutting to the end, no, we're
yeah,
gonna drag on another 10 minutes. So do this instead. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that ain't in the script, but
yeah.
that's what they got to do.
Yeah, it's weird because like I mean, I understand that with like live performances and improv,
Hmm.
but when you have a TV show, like obviously, like you can probably change the story in regards to the source material, so change it from the video game.
Hmm.
Like I don't know. Ever since, because there's been a lot of TV shows that have diverged from the source material, and
Hmm.
more often than not, it never really goes well.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I'm excited. I'm really like, I'm not looking forward to the end of this series because
I just think
I
it's
like the
gonna.
show.
I think it's gonna end on a like a straight cut and just leave us all hanging.
Really?
I
You,
really
you don't
do.
think it's gonna have a definitive? Okay, so do you think it's gonna be a cliffhanger ending, a them overcoming something good, overcoming something, and then like walking off strong into the next season, or do you think like it ends in tragedy somehow?
I don't think it's gonna end in tragedy, but I do. But I think it's gonna end more like where they accept death.
That's
Honestly,
tragedy.
I mean, no, not them dying, but
No, but
like,
I'm just saying, if you end at the moment where you're accepting death is coming, that's
mm,
tragic to me. Because if you got no, that means you got no hope.
but okay. What's the movie? Inception.
Yep.
It ended with Leonardo DiCaprio playing with his what do you call it?
The top. It was the little
Yeah, it was a top, but he had a name for it.
it was a not a token. It's a you need an god damn it. Why
You know what I'm talking about though.
yeah. He
And
had
when
top, she had the chess piece.
yeah, but it's like when the movie ends, he spins the top, and we're left sitting there like, did he get to his children, or is he
Yeah.
still in dream world?
Okay, so that would be a cliffhanger. So you think it's gonna
Oh
be a cliffhanger.
yeah, like I feel like they're gonna like accept death, but we won't know if they die or not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I think.
I don't know. I think it's gonna end where they get a lot. I don't think they're gonna find what they're looking for.
Mhm.
I think they're gonna get a ray of hope.
Okay.
That's gonna point them in the direction of where they need to go next season.
Mm.
That's what I think is gonna happen.
Okay. Are we play some bets?
Yeah. What's the bet?
Okay. If I'm right, you gotta drink some Jack Daniel,
Okay.
like a whole, and half, at least a half a pint. Get us.
Half a pint.
Yeah.
So or maybe okay. So maybe I'll get a glass on the rocks. I'll get like a highball on the rocks.
Hmm.
I'll fill it with Jack.
You got to drink it. I
And I gotta
mean,
drink it. I gotta drink it
maybe
on
not
that.
at once, but that's gonna be your drink for
Yeah. But from the beginning of the episode to the end of the episode, it's got to be gone.
Jack Daniel. And if
Okay.
and if you're right and I'm wrong, I'll drink. I won't even. I know you ain't gonna. You're not gonna. Even talk. You're not gonna name Jack Daniel. So whatever you name, I'll drink that.
Okay. I'll have to think about this because there's something in my brain that I just don't have it right now. I know what it's gonna be. I know what it's gonna be, but I don't have the name of it right now. I just got to think back because we've had conversations about things you like and things you don't like.
Okay.
So it's gonna might be something
I mean,
you might not eat. What's
whether I
up?
like it or not, it's a bet.
Yeah, exactly. So you're gonna have to drink it. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
All right, bet.
And you got to wear a bandana.
All right, all right.
Yeah.
And if you okay, so all right, but then if you lose, you got to drink this thing and you no hats, nothing covering the head.
Oh, whoa, whoa, really?
Yep. Oh. You want to play? You want to play?
That's what we gonna do?
Yep.
Oh shit. Okay. So I say a cliffhanger, and
And
you
I
say,
I say there's a we don't they don't find what they're looking for, but there's a ray of hope and they know where they gotta go next season.
okay. All
Okay.
right. Y'all heard it, fans.
All
Just
right.
saying.
All right. So yeah.
So next episode, whoever's wearing what, you know what happened.
Yeah. Well, as always, this is Sarath and Chris's movie therapy podcast, side B.
Should I say it?
Go for
Nah.
it.
Bitches.
Come back next week where we have the finale of The Last of Us.
Indeed.
All right. We out.